Hello, Ectosage here on the Sage channel, and this is episode 100 of Singular Survival. The big century mark, right? Well, guess what? This episode was originally just going to be us putting in a few lights and finishing the reactor, which doesn't really seem befitting, does it? So I went ahead and actually did a bunch of stuff, recorded most of it, and I'm going to show you all the fantastical progress that we have made. First off, I did indeed go ahead and finish the reactor. I even went ahead and put a shell of hardened armor around it. Heavy armor, to be more specific. I also went ahead and installed signs in front of the computer room, the server room, I believe I called it, as well as the medical room. That way I stopped going, wait, which one was which, and hopefully can get my head around it a little bit better. Bit annoying that can't have compound blocks, because it means you can't put the signs anywhere really easy to read. I mean, you could put them on the floor, but that's ugly. So they're a bit high up. Anyway, after that, I actually went ahead and, well, upgraded those airlocks that we've been talking about for ages. Instead of venting it constantly, we now have airlock buttons there. I actually spent probably like 2, maybe 3 hours doing this, because not only did I tear down the one door and expand it all out, and did this on both sides, put an oxygen tank on top of it with a vent on it so it only brings air from that room into there and then back out of there, ensuring we'll never have, no room to store the air that it's depressurizing the room. And then I actually went ahead and set up all the button panels for it so you can depressurize it and open and close the doors on the other side just in case you go out one door and come in another one. You're like, oh god, I left that one open. I got all the buttons set up for that. On the outside even, I got the button panels there. The inside of the airlock. And in the innards of the actual main bridge area, I got the panels there for each of the doors as well. And I put another panel in to allow us to go ahead and restart our programmable block thing every time it derps out. And by the way, I did go ahead and re-download it from the workshop. It's still going too complex, oh my god! And I just click recompile and then run it again, which you can't actually do from the button panel. So half the time the button panel doesn't do anything when I push it anyway. Whoop-de-doo. Anyway, after that fantastical job, I did also go ahead and install lights in these things so you can tell when they're depressurized at a quick glance, which was awesome because at first the lights were just showing as like white or bright yellow or not illuminating anything at all until I restarted my game, but they work very well. Very well. That's an interesting thing, like they're powered by fairies. Anyway, they work very well now. Also, what did we do? Well, we stuck some thrusters on to slow our ship down as we approach two things. I worked on a few different ideas, but I ended up just sticking, about, what was it, 8 of them there to slow us down. And by the way, this is why I did this. Yeah, because after an incident like that, where just turning off your landing gear sends your massive ship spinning off into the universe, you kind of think maybe we needed some better brakes on it. Anyhow, still have very minimal maneuvering from the different sides of the iron virus, or snowflake, or whatever you wish to call it. Still looks like a virus the most now. And then I also went ahead and crashed our lunar scout. Yeah, it's dead. I killed it. Not on purpose. I was going towards an asteroid to check it for some platinum, because we're still into platinum. And I decided, well, this is going to be like a 10-minute drift, so I alt-tabbed. I'm going, what is the Turian female hip-to-shoulder ratio? Why isn't it as noticeable as the Turians in Mass Effect 1? Blah, 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 stupid, and then I crashed. And you might notice I didn't show you any footage of that, because for some reason that footage just vanished. I was recording, but Shadowplay decided to throw that out. Anyway, I went ahead and built us up a new ship, a new scout ship that, well, I built it up, I took it for a quick spin and decided it's not good enough. Brought it back to base, and did the good old-fashioned make floaty rotor, make rotor have small head thing with new button magic. And then attached it all together so we can have a large, what do you call that thing, ore detector stuck upon it. And here it is connecting for the first time on SageCam's multiplayer view. Yeah, I didn't fly the ship like that. It did fly wonky though when I went up and down. You can see there it's a little wobbly. So we now have a large ore detector there. I built the ship around it a bit more. That way, when we flew up, it wouldn't like tweak and be all weird moving. It could actually move without turning oddly or anything like that. So yeah, that's our new scout ship. Scout fish ship. Should we call it the fish ship? Or should we just call it what I've been calling it, which is randomly called waffle? So we got the sausage, and then we got the waffle. Even though it doesn't look like a waffle. Maybe I should have called it the mini sausage, because it's smaller than the flying sausage. Or maybe I should have called it the corn dog, because it's got a cylindrical thing inside another semi-cylindrical thing. That's what I should call it. We'll call it the corn dog from now on. I'll rename that later. Anyway, after that, we went ahead and did our standard flyabout, happy dappy, all going well, scouting and mining and scouting and mining, putting reactors in, finding some platinum and all that, and decided I'm going to need to dock a ship, and, well, connectors are still the devil. What you're watching is all real time. Didn't speed this up or nothing. This is what happens just because I hopped in the cockpit of the what did we say we're going to name it? Not the waffle. The devil's little puppet. No, I've completely forgotten the name. Can't blame me. I mean, look at what's in front of us. Yeah. And you can tell I was actually in a bit of a state of shock from just pressing P and disengaging one simple connector. Our whole ship slowly spinning in circles and destroying itself. Yeah. So, connectors. Still the devil. Corn dog. That's the name of the ship. Corn dog. Anyway, I think it goes without saying that, yeah, look at that. I did reload the game. Because, clearly, the ship became possessed by the devil and started destroying itself, and there was nothing we could do. In fact, if you rewatch this, you'll see that the, flying sausage was pretty much instantly destroyed as soon as it started spurging out. And, pretty thoroughly destroyed, too. In fact, this keeps going for a while. Let me speed up the footage. And away it goes, and stops. Ta-da! All safe and sound, like nothing happened. Well, there's huge chunks missing. Anyway, SageCam, or Second Sage, did actually capture this footage as well. Except for it was a bit more, yeah. You can actually see at the top left of the screen the... I keep wanting to call it waffle. The waffle sausage. It goes ahead and floats backwards there. It was actually bumped a few times. And, yeah, it's slightly different from this angle, isn't it? A bit more teleportation. I should say, Second Sage, or SageCam, is currently in multiplayer, joining into my game that I'm hosting. And Second Sage, at the time of this massive spaz out, was sitting comfortably in a cryopod, I believe. Yeah. So maybe it has something to do with it. By the way, I did finally go ahead and just figure, well, let's move the camera since it is spurging out here, too, as well. Look at the rock coming off of the asteroid there from the well, there's another impact. Fantastic. Oh, God, it's such a... Okay, yep, okay. By the way, just a reminder, this is on the stable build of the game. I moved off of the development build when they sort of synchronized the two about a month ago. Oh my goodness, it is just teleporting everywhere. Because I figured, you know what, the stable build is labeled stabled, stable, not stabled, not stapled, just stable. So, wow, look at how the pieces are teleporting back to it. Like, you see pieces fly away, and then every now and again you see some suck back into it. Yikes, doodle dandy. It's a weird thing. Anyway, stable build, because I figured it's supposed to be stable. the devs have every right to break the develop build in some terrible, terrible way. But this build, if they have a problem they create, they should definitely hotfix it. Like, UI opacity. This, I get the feeling this is everywhere, isn't it? This is still Space Engineers. Anyway, that's it. Happy 100th episode! Yay! But anyway, the only things we really lost are the location of the platinum, which I can pull from these videos, and hopefully it'll still be there. And, oh boy, it's spazzing out some more. We thought we were free. We thought the world was resting, but clearly not. The universe is not a friendly thing. Not at all. It is a very interesting thing when Space Ninja spazzes out, isn't it? How things will sort of glitch about and teleport about, and it's obviously a desync, but it is a very entertaining desync when the universe decides it just wants to fall apart. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, that really is absolutely something else. Anyway, I got a bit bored after this, and decided, let's see what happens if we go ahead and throw warheads at the whole thing. So, you can see some of the Kata's nonsense that caused as well, with pieces being pulled back into it all, and all sorts of wonderful insanity, well, pretty much everywhere. Anyway, we did also go ahead and, as I mentioned earlier, roll back the save. And luckily, all we lost in that is going to be the reactors we had put in and the location of the platinum. But luckily, I'll be able to pull the location of platinum from these videos because, of course, I was recording everything, so I have some of the footage of that. So I can just, write down the numbers and post them, paste them back in game. Anyway, thanks a bunch for watching, guys and gals. Happy 100th episode. It turned out to be quite the incredible episode. We had tons and tons of progress in, lots of stuff that's been bugging us for a while. And we also had a grand finale of epic destructive proportions that is most definitely not scripted. Jesus Christ. That's Space Engineers. Thanks so much for watching. And I'll see you all next time. Ta-ta.